Okay, so let me just share my screen. And we're going to do this in English, okay? And the reason for that is I'm testing some transcription software, free ones, because Otter AI is too expensive and it only transcribes in English. I've tried TLDB. It's supposed to be able to switch between English and Tagalog, but it's not perfect. So I'm going to try to do this entire training in English just so that I could see if the transcription is accurate. Right. And then let's see. One person can share it and multiple participants can share it somewhere. There's screen. Where is my Google Sheet? And I will also send you this presentation later on. It's in my Google Drive anyway. I'll just send you the link and you're free to save it in your Google Drive. But I'm not going to send it to you right now because we're going to do some exercises later on so that, we see if you were able to absorb what we went through without, taking a peek and um, getting some ideas on how to do exercises later on. So anyway, it's very light stuff. You don't really need to think too much about it. And the great thing about Google is some of the icons, most of the icons are very much similar to Microsoft Office. So what you see in Word and Excel, it's especially for formatting options, it's the same on Google Sites and across the G Suite. G Suite, by the way, is what we get with our Google account. So let's just do a little bit of, additional information about what we can do with our Google Workspace. So G Suite is docs, sheets, slides, etc., including YouTube, that you can use for productivity in the workplace. So Google is actually also a hosting site like GoDaddy, like what are the other hosting sites that I can't remember any of them, but GoDaddy is I think the most famous one. And Google bundles that with their online Office applications to rival Microsoft Office. So actually, every time you make a Gmail account, you also have a Google Suites account. Now they're rebranding G Suites or Google Suites to Google Workspace, Google Workspace. So when you go into your Gmail, if you have a personal Gmail account, you will notice that the only difference is you're putting in at iprofil.gov.ph. So that is the workspace that we're paying Google for, so that we have a personalized domain. And with that, you have an Office version of what you will get if you have a personal Gmail account, but it will give it to you within the IPO field domain. So if you have, for those that only have Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever are the other email services that still are around or have survived, Gmail doesn't just give you mail. It actually gives you access to Office applications that are free to rival Microsoft Office. So today we're going to focus on Google Sites. Now, why are we doing this basic tutorial? What you're actually going to do is just pretty routine and simple and repetitive. You're just basically going to link, a sentence or a description in a certain page in the website, in the digital library. But I am going to give you the basic knowledge now on what to do if you delete something. So it's better that you know this now so that you can undo or redo whatever possible errors or deletions that you do to the site so that it's not completely devastating for the site. And I'm also going to show you on what parts or options on the site for you not to edit, or uh, for you to know not to edit for this particular site. But I do encourage you, I mean, if you're interested and if you have time, because I'm foreseeing that um, the digital library won't be my domain, won't be my personal, you know, project for long. Eventually, I'm going to have to give this to someone else, later on if I retire or whatever. But I have to pass on this knowledge to someone. So at least you guys that I have now, you're going to have the basics. So just in case that we need to expand on this project or someone needs to take over, there are, people in the office who do know how to edit the digital library. So let's see the contents. So today we're going to go over security first, login, editing, access, and then the bulk of what we're going to talk about will be, of course, the editing menu. I'm not going to go over all of the menu options and features of Google sites, because there are also a lot of features that I don't know of. It will take a concentrated effort to really look at everything. So, but you're going to get exactly what you need to be able to link the documents and parts of Supreme Court decisions in the specific page that you're going to work on, which is jurisprudence. You're going to be able to edit it. You're going to be able to, if you want, redesign it. That's really up to you, because I'm going to give you complete editorial access on that. So it's up to you on how you think it would be, better for the user. Just talk about it amongst yourselves. It's completely up to you. And a little bit more. So if later on, if you would like to completely redesign the digital library, if you have, some ideas on how to improve it, go ahead. You're going to get a good foundation on how to do that today. So by the end of this tutorial, you would make your first website. So I did ask you before, have you done or worked on WordPress, Blogger, Tumblr, any of the usual sites, even LiveJournal? You mentioned Friendster. So that's a little bit better than Facebook, because it does have some editorial access for its users, even the use of HTML codes. HTML is actually the language of the internet, how websites are made. So that's the coding language for most of websites. If you haven't, that is a little bit of use. A little bit of it is used in Friendster. If you haven't done that before, that's fine. Google Sites is a great way to get introduced to website making. So by the end of this tutorial, you are going to make your first website. Okay, and so let's start with security. I mentioned before in the meeting with Director Jessen that we don't actually have a password page or like a login page, because our login page is when you log in to Gmail or to your Google account. So usually for Gmail, if you have it for automatic sign in, you really don't think about it. It's already saved in your Chrome or whatever browser you're using. Did we lose someone? Okay. Anyway, so let me just close it here. So every time we log in, especially if you are in auto login, you don't have to manually log in like we do with iPads. So that's done for you automatically. But you cannot just log into any Google or Gmail account. It has to be within the IPO fill workspace. So if you notice, in the Google URL or Universal Resource Locator. This is what we call a website address. That's the actual name for a website address. You have the host, which is sitesgoogle.com. And the workspace that we're paying for to Google is ipofill.gov.ph. So that is our personalized domain for the office. And only when you are logged into this using a Gmail or Google account made for you by MIS would you be able to get into this location. So this is the complete URL of the BOT digital library. So even if you get into this, if you don't have access to this, you won't be able to get into this location or folder to see the digital library. So that is the extent of our security feature for our digital library, because Director Jessen was adamant that the digital library would not be accessible to the public, because of course our BOT calendar is going to be in there and other information that is only for us, and it is a resource meant only for people in the Bureau of Trademarks. But if you noticed, I said it's meant for us in the Bureau of Trademarks, but anyone who has an IPO Phil Google Workspace account is actually able to access it. It's just that we don't tell the rest of IPO Phil that we have a digital library. But if they do know about it and if they have a link, they would actually also be able to see the digital library. So please do not share your office email and your credentials and so forth. I mean, you guys know that. It's basic security. Yay. So who has editing access to the digital library? Our overseer is actually Attorney J, Ate Nympha or Ate Diwata. And then you guys are have editing access for content. For now, for jurisprudence, hopefully later on, if you have ideas on new articles or videos that we could add, go ahead. Just, if you want to add that, you're going to get the skills today to be able to do that. And of course, calendar is Dane's purview. And then for overall, changes, formatting, and so forth is me. So how do you see who has editing access? Later on, we're going to get into this top ribbon menu, but this is the icon wherein you would be able to see who has access to the site. So here, this is our list. And then only editors can see the draft of the website. So while you are working on the digital library, only us who are editors would be able to see the changes that you are making. And unless you publish it, the users would not be able to see it. So don't worry, while you're working on the site, the user experience will not be affected. They will not know that you're changing something. They'll just use whatever version is currently published. Editing it won't affect them using it simultaneously. And like I said earlier, here you will be able to see published and who would be able to see the digital library. And there are those people are of the Intellectual Property Office or those who have credentials or official emails from IPO Phil. Okay, so if you haven't been to the digital library, this is the title banner, the date. The date is actually a widget that comes from, I think, calendars.com. And this is the first options that you would see as a user and as an editor, other than the content menu that I put in it. So these are from Google and they will float at the bottom of your digital library. So when you open it, I only have this zoomed in to like 200 or 500%. That's why you see it floating above the title banner. But this, if you press this is the information button. It has information on when the digital library was last edited, and also a contact button that will go to whoever is hosting the site. So that's me. So whenever you press contact, this is like a feedback form will pop up, and whatever you put here, if you press send, it will send an email to me about, whatever feedback that you have. So in the future, because I think I mentioned this before, I'm planning to transfer this to our general or official BOT account or Google Drive. But that's in the future because it's a little bit of a meticulous work. Maybe I'll do it in December when there's more free time. But for now, the emails are going to me. Eventually, when I have everything fixed, including our BOT help desk ticketing, eventually the BOT email will be the default email to receive these feedback emails. Okay. So only editors can see this button. So it's a circle and a pen. If you don't see it, because sometimes it auto hides, like the start menu in Windows, just scroll the digital library up and down, and then eventually it will reappear. So this is where you start. You press this to start editing the library. And so now let's start with the top ribbon of the editing menu. So I think some icons are pretty familiar. This maybe not too much. This a little bit familiar for people who are keen to edit even their Word documents. If you want to put your if you want to make your links clickable in your Word documents, you've probably already seen this. This is a chain link for linking sites to phrases or sentences. And this is the share button that I showed you earlier, wherein you can see who has editorial rights and access to drafts and the site that I showed you earlier, settings and so forth. So I'm not going to read through this. I'm just some things to remember. This and this, proceed with caution. As much as possible, don't change anything here in the settings because these are mostly for, analytics, statistics, and the logos and stuff. So don't worry about that. As for the more button, I encourage you to check version history just to see what changes have been made into the digital library. You can certainly make a copy of it if you want to tinker with it, or just to explore how to edit websites on something that is already made. If you want to change the fonts or colors or whatever, go ahead and do that. You have access to do that. And also the thing with make a copy, if you do want to tinker with the website, at least you have your own copy in your Google Drive, and you won't be able to affect the user experience on the published digital library. As for the rest, these are just basic help and FAQs, reports, and so forth. Go ahead. You're not going to be able to change anything in the site anyway. This is more of if you're interested in looking into the features of Google Sites. And we're going to discuss this more because this is the most important button. The site's home, if you are interested in making more websites and so forth, you're actually going to use this later in the exercise. So that's there. There's a link there. This is just the document name, not the location name of the site. It used to be, if you noticed earlier, I used to call this site knowledge base. That's why it's BOTKB. It started as a knowledge base. If you come from the private sector or even from the BPO industry, you know that the knowledge base actually houses a digital library amongst other help features. So it's broader than a digital library, but just to lessen confusion and by Director Jessen's request, we changed it to BOT Digital Library. That's why we have this document name. Later on, when I transfer this over to the BOT Google Drive, we're gonna change even the folder name or location name to DL, just so you know everything is aligned. But that's for a future when I finally edit it. So undo and redo. Of course, if you make a mistake or if you want to redo something that you made, same as with Microsoft Office and Google Docs and so forth, same functionality. And for preview, this is something that's nice with Google Sites without actually doing any coding or without actual knowledge of HTML, JavaScript, or whatever. It actually formats it for you for phones, tablets, and desktops. So this is an advanced feature for advanced coders that Google Sites is offering automatically in Google Sites. So we don't have to think how it would look on a phone or a tablet or so forth. But I do have a disclaimer at the bottom of the site that this site is still best viewed in a laptop or a desktop, just because there's so many links. Okay, and you're going to get a copy of this this presentation, so you really don't have to take notes. Just that look at it now because it might come in the exercise later, particularly this, because I'm going to ask you to edit this in the exercise for your own website. Okay, so let's move on here. So, like I said, the publish button is the most important button in the top ribbon because this can directly affect or even erase the digital library. So currently, when you click publish, it will automatically publish with whatever changes that you made. And the reason for this is I undid or unchecked the precaution for editors to review changes before publishing. The reason for that is if later on, when you're so used to editing it, and every time you save it, a pop-up will come up and ask you if you're sure on changes that you made, even like small changes like letters and so forth. It becomes kind of annoying. It's the same as when you're saving your, your Word document and something you're just typing and you just want to quickly control S and so forth. It's annoying if every time, there's going to be a pop-up saying, are you sure? So forth. Yes, I'm sure. Just save it. So since you're going to just be doing, links, you're going to understand later on that it's better to just go into publish if you're going to do nominal changes. But if you still want to be cautious, we still have this option, which we're going to talk about later, if you want to review your changes before publishing. So beside publish, you're going to see a drop-down button, which will give you all these other options. But let's focus on publish settings first. So in publish settings, like I said, this toggle affects this, but let's look at this. So like I said, BOTKB, this is the folder or the location of the digital library. So if you edit that, what will happen? So this error, or not really error message, a precautionary message will pop out and say updating the URL, Universal Resource Locator, will break any previous custom domain, external links, and basically you will break the site. So please do not edit this when you see this. Every time you see BOTKB and it's giving you the ability to change it to a K, to a DL or something, for now, do not edit it because later on we're going to port it to, like I said, the BOT drive. But please do not edit this for now because it will undo everything. All the links will be gone because everything is linked to this as I made it before. And this is the reason why I couldn't just change it, even though Director Jason asked me to change it to digital library. I couldn't just, like re-encode it because all of the things, all of the work that I did, linking the documents or videos on the site, it will be lost. So we'll just do that later on when we will do a major overhaul of the digital library. So again, when you see this, do not edit it. Okay, so if you want to be cautious and review your changes before publishing it, like I said, you can click that option and this is what you're going to see. It will give you a comparison of your draft and what the users are currently seeing. So what I just changed was take out the Y just so that I could trigger this window, because if you did not do any changes to the site, you would not be able to see review changes and publish because there's nothing to review. So even this small change, it will trigger this option and it will show you the differences, and it will also show on the left hand side what's happening on the site and where you are changing it. So home is home page. So our website is the digital library. Home page is your landing page. It is the first page. And then when you say web page, it means it is a page out of a website. So that's the other content that we have: jurisprudence, guidelines, so on and so forth. So it's not the first page. Those are other pages. It's like this is homepage is the title page or the index page, and all the other pages are web pages, and the entire thing is a website. So again, this is published settings. It will go back to the BOTKB that I asked you not to edit. And then when you are sure, if you are not sure about the changes that you made, you could press the back button so that it will go back to how it originally looked. Or if you are sure of the changes that you made, you could press publish, and then the users would be able to see it. Okay, so view published site and unpublished is basically what it says. View published site is you will be able to see what the users are seeing now, and this is useful if you want to see in real time. This is how it looks while you're editing it. That's why there's an option to do that, because when you go into edit, it doesn't open into another tab or another window. It actually opens within the window that you are viewing the digital library. So if you need to physically see the library as it looks now, just click that so that you would have a real-time comparison. And unpublished is, well, you're not deleting the site itself, but you are disconnecting it from public view. So when you press this, all the users would not be able to access it. Even the editors, even the editors, because you would not be able to see your pen, your edit button. So you only do unpublish if you're going to do a major overhaul, when or maybe you're going to pull some information that you don't want anyone to see, so on and so forth. So please do not click this. We really don't need to do unpublished right now because we're not doing a major overhaul in the digital library yet. Okay, so I think we're done with, yeah. So now let's go to the right-hand menu box. And ignore this first for now because this is the most important part, but we're going to talk about that later on. So let's focus on pages first. When you see the right-hand menu box there, three portions, insert pages, themes. If you press pages, you will get these options, or rather a list of your web pages. So like I said earlier, home is the title page, the index page. So that's where you see, the big banner for BOT Digital Library, and it will list all the pages or all the content pages that are available in the website. So, and if you want to find a specific page, this is useful for big websites. You could actually just type the name of the page if you remember it, so that you would be able to see it quickly. So when you hover on a specific item, you will get this, the more or menu options, and it will show you this. So make homepage means that the web page, which is not the current title page, if you press make homepage, they will switch. This will now become a web page, and this will become the title page or the landing page. So please don't do that. Anyway, later on, in your own websites, if you want to switch, your pages or home pages or whatever, you could press that option. Duplicate pages, I would just make a duplicate page of Examiner's Toolbox, Properties, so on and so forth. You don't really need this, but I'm showing it to you right now specifically for this. Don't press this. And then, so if you hover your mouse pointer on sections, certain buttons or options will appear. And then there is this floating plus sign on a circle that will give you these menu sections that you really don't need right now. But take a note of this new page, because you're going to use that later. Or actually, this is the same as this, and you're going to use that later. Okay. And let's go to, so themes. Google offers, the reason why Google Sites is very easy to use is they actually control how things are formatted within the site. So since they offer you a limited uh, a limited menu of options when it comes to themes, fonts, and colors, it gives you some ability to personalize, but not too much for it to be advanced. That's why Google Sites is actually made for laymen who just wants to make a basic site to give out information quickly on their business or to their colleagues, but it doesn't give you the advanced features that computer scientists do, or encode computer, and those who are versed in computer languages do when they get into advanced website making. So, but you do get themes and the ability to personalize, like choosing fonts and colors and so forth. And if you press this, you can actually create a theme from what they offer you, from the menu that they offer you. Or you could upload a theme if you download it from the internet, or you see a theme that you like and the creator offers it for free. You could upload it so that you could use that theme. But this is just for personalization. It's not really that important. Okay. Is everyone still awake? Is everyone good?
Yes po.
I think everybody is asleep. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll go into, more of the functionality of Google Sites. Okay? We'll start the break now. Okay, I hope everyone is back. We'll continue on. I'm not going to check if everyone is back. Just make sure that you'll be able to do the exercise later, okay? Anyway, okay. So, the editing menu, we're going to continue on in the right-hand menu box, this time with insert. So insert is the most important um, menu category of menus in Google Sites, because this is where the bulk of your content is going to be coming from, being formatted from. And also, Google makes it simple for you to port in content from across the board of Google Workspace. So this is very convenient for embedding videos from YouTube, taking images from your Google Photos, and especially Google Search. Of course, there is, copyright concerns regarding that. But anyway, you know how to attribute anyway, as I expect from, IP examiners. But uh, it makes it simple for us to make the site engaging, colorful, and to get content for it, because Google makes it simple to port in that content from all their other applications. So in insert, there are actually several groups under this tab, but the top group of options are the basic ones, which is text, image, embed, or a little more complex embedding of content, particularly for videos, and drive. So it gives you direct access to your drive to pull documents and information to port or embed into your website. So just quickly, no, go back. Okay. What is the difference between link and embed? So web pages, or websites are actually mostly just a collection of links. So sometimes, even though you are able to see an image or a video, or an icon of a document in a website, it is still basically a link, because it is usually archived in a drive or some other server, and you're just accessing it in real time. It's just showing you that information in that website, but it's really, housed somewhere. So websites, again, are just a collection of links, but embed is like link plus. So when you link to something, it portals you to that content. So when you click it, it opens a new tab, a new window, or within the window itself, it brings you to another website. But with embed, and the reason why the embed icon is usually brackets, this stands for HTML brackets. So hypertext markup language, which again is the language of the internet. That's how most websites are built, using that coding language. So if you see the brackets, it usually means you're going to put an HTML code and customize or import or portal in content into your website, instead of opening that content in its original link or original location. So again, link, you go to that content, embed, you take that content and bring it to you, to your website. So that's the difference. So text box, like in Word, it's just a plain text box that will go directly to your site, so that you can input, words, images, again, import images. But like I said, the great thing about it is you have select. So if you want to just, make a background image or get some stock image or icons or whatever to, spruce up your website a little bit, you could do select and import directly from your Google Drive, your Google Photos. So this is all online in the cloud. Or you can search using Google, of course, the internet to get a photo to use. Okay, and again, embed is you're bringing in content to your website. With Google Sites, it is not as complicated as this. So this is what an actual embed code looks like. So iframe, that's the width and height of the frame. So it's customizable but code heavy. Source is where it's getting that content from, title, so on and so forth. And just to give you a little bit of information about HTML, HTML starts with the instruction code, which is iframe, meaning it's going to make a window within your website, and you always close an HTML code with slash and whatever is that HTML code. So in this case, you start with iframe, you end with slash iframe in brackets. So the defining feature of HTML codes is there's always an opening and closing brackets. The same way with parentheses when you make formulas in Excel or Google Sheets. So you don't really have to look into this. You might encounter this later on. But with Google Sites, I will show you later on that it's very easy to port in videos because you don't really need this code. Okay, and Drive is, again, it gives you access to your Google Drive so that you can directly pluck files from them to embed into your website. Okay. So it gives you pre-formatted styles for your content. It used to be in the time of GeoCities when we were starting on making websites. Amateurs like me, we had to learn HTML, and you actually have to code in the tables. Like if you want to make sections, you really have to know HTML to do that. To make borders and frames and so forth. But Google Sites makes it easier for us to go into making our content without really thinking about it by giving us several options on, how to position our images relative to the text, so on and so forth. So for example, if you choose this style, you would be able to import an image or a video, and you can put the title here and the description here. Or if you choose this, if you want it to be a little more compact and you have a lot of content that you want to show, or you can use this for brochures or menu options, then you could have it here, smaller images, but more of it in one row, titles, descriptions, so forth. Okay, just to make it easier for us to get the website up as fast as we could without knowing how to code. And then, so the under the basic 4 that I showed you, you would be able to see a list of other options like collapsible group, which is the first, well, not the first thing, the second thing that you're going to do in the exercise later. And it's relevant to you because you're going to see collapsible group or use this extensively in the jurisprudence page. So you really have to know how to, do this. Anyway, it's not hard. It's in the right-hand menu box. Just scroll down, you will see collapsible group, and it will give you a box wherein you could edit a text box for titles and headers. Above and then below is your content. So it's usually used for lists or large content information like about us or history, mission, vision, stuff like that you don't really want to add length to your website. So if you want to hide some information, you can use a collapsible group. You can simply click on it and then information pops up and you can hide it again when you don't need to see it. Table of contents is actually automatically generated. So if you are conscientious in designating headers in your website, it will be easier and automatically picked up by the table of contents features. So this is not actually something that you generate or make or link. When you press this, all the pages, again, web pages, so that includes home page and your other pages that is not the first page in your website, and all the headers, which I'm going to show you later on how to designate a title as a header, and it will compile it by heading, subheading, and page into table of contents under the title page of your home page. So again, table of contents is actually not the first thing that you do. It is the last thing that you do after you have designated your pages, your headings, and your subheadings, so that when you press table of contents, voila, automatic. It will just get all that content and make the table of contents for you. And all you have to do is format it to the color, the font that you want. So if you notice, we don't have a table of contents in our home page because I did that manually for the contents page because I wanted to add icons. That's the main reason for that. But if you want to quickly have a contents page or a table of contents, I suggest you do it. It will be the last thing that you do on your website after you have all your pages and your headings designated, so that it's easier for it to pick up because it is, again, automatic. So image carousel, which is one of the things, the last thing that you will do in your exercise later. It's just, a fun thing with, or how do I put this? If you've been to the IPO Phil website, you will notice that under the title page and the menu, there is like a sliding banner of announcements of what is happening with IP. Like today is Women's Month, or we're going to launch patent search or whatever activities that we have that's constantly scrolling. That is the image carousel, and you will learn to do that later. And then button is just, it's just a button link. It's just a word link with a box frame, but it looks nice. So if you make a lot of them, if you want to have like a collection of options for your users, that's what the button is for. And why is it not moving forward yet? Divider is, again, it will just create a line break for your content. Spaces, if you don't want a line, you just want a space, that's what it is for. Social links is Twitter or X, Facebook, so on and so forth. Actually, you could put any image and put any link, but it's just an easier way for you to make a bunch of quick links of the images without doing the code IMGSRC. So it's just, a quick way to put up those social media links. You don't really need to do this right now or know how to do this right now, but maybe it's going to be useful later on. Placeholder is if you're not sure what you're going to put in a certain spot, or it's for something that you're going to put there in the future, you could put a placeholder on it, and then later on, when you're sure of what you're going to put on it, you just press the addition button, and it will give you the same embed options that is available for under the content boxes. And like I said, YouTube being part of Google is it's not really ported in, but it makes it easier for you to embed without using an embed code. You just have to have the link of the video, and then it will embed it for you. Calendar, this is for Dane. And for you later on, if you want to add your calendars to the site, and you're going to do this later in the exercise too. It will let you choose from your existing Google calendars only on the calendars that you have made. I have tried this before on a calendar that was shared to me, and it did work. So Google calendars that are shared to you, you could embed it on the website. But you cannot do this for other calendars. At least I have not found a widget, or I have not looked into the code on how to import a calendar from another app, like calendars.com. So right now, this is only available for Google Calendars. That's why they have it in the options box, so that you're encouraged to use Google Calendars. Map is, for example, how to get to IPO fill and so on and so forth. You could put a location map. You just go through the options, select your location, and that will be embedded into the website. When your user clicks on it, they could scroll in this little window in the website to look at, directions and so forth, or they could click to expand it, and then it will open into a new window in Google Maps to show you the location. But you can embed that directly into the website. So docs, slides, and sheets. Yep, like I said, you could embed it using Google Drive, or can you just use the option in the right-hand menu box. Forms is, if you've noticed in the digital library, at the bottom, or at the top, there is a banner that says submit a feedback, and then it will jump to the form at the bottom. So that's what forms are for surveys and feedback. And charts. So if you have a Google Sheet that has a chart on it, and you just want to show the chart for stats or information, you could embed the chart directly from the Google Sheet. So it will not show the file itself. What it's going to take from the Google Sheet is just the chart itself. So of course, if the sheet does not have a chart, you won't be able to embed it. An error message will show that says that there's not a chart in this Google Sheet. So left-hand floating options, you only see this when you are directly hovering at a certain section of the site. For example, if you're hovering like on the feedback form, you would be able to see this, a palette for changing the color. There's not a lot of colors offered to you, only to what colors is offered within a certain theme. And then duplicate the section. It just duplicates, for example, if you want multiple dividers and so on and so forth, without looking for it at the right-hand menu box. It gives you an easy way to just duplicate the section with the floating options, and then of course delete the section. And if you want to rearrange the sections, just hover on it, and then when you see this, you like have to hold onto it. You click and you hold down, and then move a section up and down. Okay, so pop-up menu options. So within the section, if there is editable text, you just hover on it, and then this will automatically come out. The same as with Word. When you right-click on like a certain section that you highlighted or whatever, usually a pop-up menu of formatting options will come out. Same as with Google Sites. That will come out, and you have options to change the font, type, style, and so forth. There's not an infinite amount of styles and fonts to choose from, only what is available to you in a theme. The ability to duplicate content, words, and so forth. Remove, and of course, there's some more options, but let's look at here, because this will come in the exercise. And I've already mentioned this before, that this is important if you're going to put in a table of contents. So heading and subheading. The difference between title, normal, so on. Title is just really big fonts. Small is, of course, small fonts. Normal is just your normal content. But if you choose heading and subheading, it will create a link. And that's important because it creates like a mini website URL within your URL. So when you do this, um, and you go into the published site, when you actually hover on a title, you would know if it is a heading or a title if you see the link icon, the chain link. And that will let you know that by pressing that, you could directly jump to that part of the website or web page without browsing through everything. So it gives you a specific link to that part if you just want to jump or link a specific part of the website. So if you want to do that, and if you want it to show in your table of contents, choose heading and subheading. Okay. So some of this is pretty familiar and common among Word and other apps. Underline, font color, again, link, emoji, alignment, left, right, justified, numbered, bulleted, line spacing, single, double, indentation, strike through, highlighter, and code font. Now, code font, this is only used, well, it actually just changes the font to how the fonts will usually look like when you're coding on VS Code or one of those editors. So it's just something that site admins need if they want to differentiate code from the regular content that the users will see. So you don't really have to worry about this, but for you it will just change the look of the font, and it's only really used by those who are using HTML codes. And then clear formatting is if you want, to start from scratch. Okay, so before we go into the exercises, and again, the exercises will be your attendance and I guess tests. If you're able to, do the stuff that you need to do in Google Sites, we'll take a break and then we'll go into the exercise. Okay, go ahead and take a pee break or a drink break or something. Okay. Hmm, multiple participants and share simultaneously. Essential material someone is sharing all participants. Okay. All right. So we're going to make a website. I have to ask everyone, are you in front of a laptop or a desktop right now wherein you can have, access to your Google sites? Everyone? Hello?
Yes
Okay,
po.
Shana, yes. Everyone is in front of a desktop or laptop. Okay, so we're going to do this together. We have a lot of time. We have until 11 o'clock. So if you have questions, I'll be here to assist you. We're going to do the first exercise, which is very simple. Log in to your IPO Fill Google Workspace. So if you are logged in to your work email, you are already in your Google Workspace. And then go to sites. If you're not sure where is sites, you could type sites.google.com, or if you look at the top hand at the menu box, it's like a bunch of dots. Press that, and then you're going to see, all the Google options, docs, sheets. Just scroll down until you find sites, and then I want you to create a new sites file. You could choose a blank site, or you can choose a template. And then, like I said earlier, change the site document name. So the site document name, it's the first thing that it will ask you what folder or the document name is of the site. It's different from uh the title. Oh no, this site document name is not the folder. It's at the top, around a little to the left. It's the name that your users will see in their browser, in the tabs. So that's the site document name. And then the title is your title banner in the contents part of your website. So once you are done editing that in your homepage, we're going to share it for everyone to see so that we could see that you are actually able to do it. So just tell me when you're ready to share. Already opened sharing for everyone. So please stop there. When you're ready to share your homepage, just go ahead and share it. And if you have questions, go ahead and ask me. If you're stumped on where to find sites and how to do that, just tell me. I can share over distance. Yeah. Also, if you want me to demonstrate it for you, I could also do that, but it's pretty simple. I think you can do that on your own and just share your homepage. Is everybody done? Or are you finding it difficult to make a home page? Hmm? No one's done yet? Do you want me to demo it for you? Guys? So, okay, are you ready to share? Does this mean you want me to demo it, or are you ready to share? Because I'm not sure what the hearts mean and the thumbs up mean. You want me to demo or you want to share? You want the demo. Okay, so let's see. Green. So here we go. Okay, let me just. Okay, now let's do this step by step. How do I get out? Exit site. Okay, so let's say you are in sites that Google about, or let's say you're in your mailbox, because this is what usually is the first step for. So let's say you're in your Gmail, your office Gmail. So here, there's the sites. See? So you press, is everybody getting this? So from your Gmail, office Gmail, you press this, you will see your Google Apps. That's the icon for sites. Okay, I'm not going too fast, right? I'm going to press sites. And there, you can choose blank or one of the templates from the gallery. Okay. Just choose one. Example, I'm going to choose holiday. So that's generating my homepage. There you go. And then this is your site name. Instead of holiday party, let's put Suzanne's holiday party. Okay, so I'm almost done with the exercise, and then to change this, meet you there in the annual December General Assembly. Just change it, something like that. And this is not really part of the instructions, but I just want to change the font, make it really big, not that big. 60, there we go. Want to change the color of the font. Highlight. So that's it. That's the first exercise. And when you're ready to share, just go ahead and share it so that we could see your work. Is no one done yet?
Done na po.
Okay, go ahead and share it. Let's see your homepage. Anyone? Because I already opened sharing for everyone. And Zoom. Yep, go ahead. There you go. Right. Yep, that's right.
Stop share na po ako.
Okay. Next.
I'll go next po.
Then go ahead. And don't delete it yet because we're going to use that homepage. There. Really nice. Okay. You can use that as your personal blog. People get paid for this, you know. Just doing a basic site, doing reviews and so forth. I have a friend who does this as their full-time job. Okay, anyone else?
I can share next po.
Okay, go ahead. That was Lilibeth, and who was the other one? Was it Felisa or Jetty?
Felisa po.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Shanna. Nice. Yep. That's exactly what we're looking for. And what you're going to do under jurisprudence. Yep. Okay.
I'll share na po.
Right. Last one. When you're ready. Yes, very nice. Okay, so everybody knows how to do it. You even changed the icon, so that's good. Right. Okay, so next. So in that homepage that you made, let's see, in that homepage that you made, add a collapsible header. Again, the collapsible group is on the right hand menu box. I'm not going to demo it yet. Go ahead and try to find it. If you can't find it and you need a demo, just tell me, but I'll give you a few seconds and try on for you to figure it out. So the collapsible group, the title can be changed into a header with the pop-up menu option. So go ahead and try to figure that out. But I'll also demo it later on if it's too difficult. Put any content in the lower box, a list or an essay, a sentence, just something because we're going to use that text later on to make a link. But for now, let's do collapsible group, change the title into a header so that it is linkable and it can be put into the table of contents. Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. And when you're ready, you could share your work. Or if you need a demo, just tell me. When you're ready, just go ahead and share. Mama, yung basurero ata yon, yung truck. Okay. Is anybody ready to share their collapsible header? Guys,
I'll go first po.
go ahead. Okay, let me look. Okay, expand. Yes, great. Very good. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, next. Thank you, Felissa. Yep. Okay, expand it. There we go. Okay, thank you. Okay,
I'll go
I
next.
can go next po.
go ahead, go ahead. Whoever wants to go first. Yeah, we go. Look at that header. Mhm.
Okay na po.
Oh, wait. Yep, expand. Yeah, very nice. Okay, and last one, please.
I can share po.
Go ahead. Yes, very nice. Could you expand that? Yes. Okay. Right. Let's go to exercise 3. Very good. And let's see exercise 3. So link a phrase. So in your collapsible group, in the contents, I want you to make a link. One link or as many links as you like. Copy a URL from any site. It doesn't have to be from the Supreme Court. We're just doing it for sample purposes, just to make sure that you make working links. So in your contents, one of the lists items in your list there, or a word or something, make it linked to a website. And there's some instruction here on how to do that. You just highlight it, and then in your pop-up menu options, look for the link icon. If you don't see the link icon, press more. You see the link icon, and you copy in your URL to make a link. And when you're ready to share, just go ahead and share your work. Okay, let's stop here. Any link from a website, even if it's google.com. We just have to demonstrate that you're able to do that.
I can start sharing
Go
po.
ahead, please. Yes. Redirect notice previous no, that's fine. But it's still a link, working link. I think it's just a security measure for, and that's why we're seeing that page. Yep, but it's working. Oh yes.
Okay po.
Yes, that works. Thank you. Next,
I'll go next po.
go ahead. See, show us your link. Yes, good. Later on with embed, you don't need to be ported out to that link. You could actually bring that video, but that's good. Okay, example. See, Instagram. That's fine. Okay. The redirect notice is just a security feature, but the link is work. Next. I think we already have 3 people, right? Who's the last one? Or are we done with everyone?
Ako po.
Yep, go
Share ko
ahead.
lang po.
Yep. See. Okay, demo and yes, YouTube. Okay, that's fine. All right. Next exercise. Okay. Now we're going to no, not that. Link an image. So again, in content blocks, you can link an image or insert an image in the 4 top options, or you can choose one of the content blocks and just input an image by pressing the plus sign in a circle, and it will give you an option to input an image. Doesn't have to be an image from your hard drive or Google Drive. You can take any image from the internet. You don't have to worry about copyright. It's only for this exercise. Just have to demonstrate that you can make a linkable image. It's the same as linking text. It's just that this time the link is anchored to an image. And when you're ready, just share your work. And again, it's any website. It doesn't have to be a specific website. Just have to demonstrate that when you click that link or image, it will jump to a link. Okay, I'm going to stop share. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay,
Wait lang po.
go ahead. Again, if you want the demo, just tell me, but it's easy, right? It's easy to use Google Sites. So I think that would be pretty easy to do.
Kailangan yung image, may link siya.
Yeah, the image has a link. So the same way that you did for words, you highlight that or you choose that image, and then same thing,
Thank you.
choose a link option in the pop-up menu.
Hello, I can start sharing po.
Go ahead, go ahead. Yay. Yep, exactly that. By the way, in the actual published site, it doesn't look that way, that when you click on the image or the words, there's going to be a small pop-up underneath and so forth. It's just because that since we are in the editing portion of Google Sites, it's doing that as a precaution just to tell you, do you want to jump to this link, or you just want to see if the link is there? But in the actual site, when it is published, when you click the image, it will automatically go to that link. So don't worry about it. But yes, that link is working. Okay, how about the others? Are you done with linking your images? Or do you want a demo? Yes, go ahead, please. Yes. Click that. Let's see your link. Redirect because it's Facebook. Yep, but that is working. Yep, that's a working link. Next, please. Yes, and your link. Yes, that is working. That's a working link. And last, let's see your linked image. Okay. Yes, that's working. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next exercise. And that is, let's see. Now embed a video. So just look at the instructions on the screen. Like I said, with YouTube, you don't need the embed code. You just need the URL of that video. And there is a way in the right-hand menu box for you to easily embed that video. So that it's easier to format, you can use content blocks so that you already have a section for your embedded video, a title and a description, or you can just use the YouTube option. It's up to you. Just embed a video, any video from YouTube so that it's easier. Okay, I'm gonna stop share. And when you're ready, just share your work.
Hello, I can start sharing po.
Go ahead. Yes. Okay. Very nice. Mm-hmm.
I'll go next po.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yes. So this is on your title page, or title section. Anyway. Yes. Is that the playable video? Could you click that, please? Or set an image? Oh, let's see. Open in new tab. Oh, there. It's a YouTube short. Okay. What I've found with YouTube shorts, they usually act differently from regular videos in YouTube. They don't play automatically. Yes. There you go. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next one. We still have, a couple of minutes before 11 o'clock, but we're near the end of the exercises, so don't worry. Okay, now we're going to embed a calendar. Um, if you don't have a calendar yet, just well, when you open it, it will give you options, and then if you don't have a a calendar of reminders for the office, you can choose one of the moon phase calendars or holiday calendars. That's fine. You just have to demonstrate that you can embed a calendar. And this is again at the right hand menu box. You can see the option for this at the right hand menu box. Okay. When you're ready, just share your work. Any calendar.
I can start po.
Go ahead. See your calendar. Yes. Okay, thank you.
I'll go next po.
Go ahead. Right. Okay. Yep, that's fine.
I'll
And
go next po.
Yep, go ahead. And the reason why you're not seeing an actual calendar in it is because sometimes you have to edit something in the settings for you to be able to see, the boxes so that it really looks like a calendar. And for Google Calendars, I don't know why it takes some time for it to refresh and to show, I think you have to resize it, go by week or month and so forth. Anyway, that's right. You were able to embed the calendar. That's okay. And Jedi, I think you're the last one. Yep, thank you. Right. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. We're near the end of our practical exercises. Okay, so now your homepage has a lot of information so that users are not inundated, and for you to control the content into more easy to read, usable content. You're gonna make a new page. So again, new pages it's not under insert, it's under pages. Click the plus button and then create a new page. And in that new page, we're going to put some content. And there are the instructions on the screen. So again, it's the right-hand menu box. And also enter a new title on your page so that you would be able to see it in the list on the title that you chose for it. And you should be able to see under pages, two pages in your website. The first is home or your landing page or index page, the one that we have been editing, and now your new page. Okay, so when you're ready to share your new page, just go ahead and do that.
I can start po.
Go ahead, please. Look at that new page. Okay. Yes. Okay, and I can see under pages, you have jurisprudence, case digest, project content. So, exactly right. Okay, next. Yep, page 2, history theme, FAQ. Next. Are you sure this is the first time that you're doing websites? Because you're doing pretty well. And, advanced work. Like you could start blogging at this point. You could be site administrators on, web pages that actually earn revenue. Yep, that's great. Subpage demo. And who are we missing? Yeah, okay, PH and the music. Over October. Yep. Yep. Yes. Okay. And our last exercise for today is the image carousel. So in your new page, not in the home page, in one of your new pages, insert an image carousel. Again, any image, not necessarily from your hard drive, Google Drive. If you want to take something from the internet, go ahead. Just input around 3 images so that we could really see the rotation of the carousel. And just so that you could see how to change the settings, click the settings cog. It will take you to another menu, and then you have to click the settings cog again. You would be able to see the options for auto start. After auto start is clicked on, the options for transition speed would be available. Choose fast, just to demonstrate that you're able to do that. And then this time, publish your site so that we could look at your image carousel in that page, which again is not your home page. And we're going to see it as how your users would be able to see it. Okay, so when you are ready to share your published site with the image carousel, just go ahead and share it. And if you need a demo, just tell me. But it's easy. Try to figure it out for yourself. This is one of the main features of the homepage of ipofill.gov.ph. They have a large image carousel at the homepage of ipofill. So you're going to do that today.
I'll go share po.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see your image carousel. Okay. Okay. Publish it. Go ahead and publish it so that we could look at the actual, how your users are going to be able to see it. Yep, publish. And then, I see. So publish and then, no, go to the drop down box, drop down, view published site. Yeah, let's look at it under the published site. There you go, it's working. And you were able to do it on, you were able to edit that. And it's on autoplay. So with autoplay, the moment your user is in it, it will start scrolling. It will start rotating between the images. So it's very good. Thank you. And next, yep, go ahead and publish it. Let's look at the actual site. And there, view, your site is published successfully. Click view at the bottom. It's at the bottom. There. Anyway, view published site. There you go. It's working. Right? Thank you. You're on your way to making websites, actual working websites. Yes. Exactly that. Okay. And who are we missing? Are we missing someone? Or are we done with everyone? Have we gone through everyone? We have? Are,
So po.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay po.
Are we done? I'm not sure. I think I saw 3. Yeah, go ahead. Publish the site. And then, yeah, because there are no changes, you were already able to. So, view, yeah, publish site. Let's look at that carousel. Yay! There you go. Okay, so yes, so congratulations. We now are website builders. Okay, do you have any questions before we end this session? I'm going to send you this presentation so that you can review it later on as a guide when you're actually editing the digital library. But that's it. You have all the and a little bit of advanced skills on how to edit the digital library. Do you have any questions for me, guys? Guys? None? Going
No
once?
questions
No
po.
question. Okay. All right. So thank you for your participation and being able to complete the exercises. Let me just stop share. I already did a screenshot, so I have your attendance, and don't delete your website so that we have proof that we were able to finish the trainings, and just for you to have sandbox on if you want to test the other options of Google sites, and we could show that to Attorney Jay later so that we have proof that we know how to edit Google sites. So thank you for participating today, guys. Have a good lunch and have a good day. Okay?
Thank you po.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you po. Happy lunch.
Bye. Happy
Thank you po.
lunch.